Your alarm goes off at 6:45 a.m. Notifications flood your phone. 17 unread emails, Slack messages, reminders. The world demanding your attention before you've even had coffee. You're sitting in traffic, or on a crowded flight, or standing in a queue for something you paid good money to see. Around you, thousands of other people are doing exactly the same thing at exactly the same moment, capturing the exact same photo. This is modern luxury travel. You escape your life only to find yourself in someone else's crowded experience. But what if there was another way? What if you woke up to complete silence? Not hotel silence. Not the muted sounds of neighboring rooms. True silence. The kind where the only sound is wind through mountains or waves against rocks, and those sounds belong entirely to you. What if the most exclusive destinations in the world weren't the ones everyone knows about, but the ones almost nobody has heard of? The ones where luxury doesn't mean crowds, where status doesn't mean visibility, where the greatest luxury of all is simply being alone in something absolutely beautiful. This is the revolution happening right now in European travel, and it's redefining what luxury actually means. What is quiet luxury? For decades, luxury meant visibility. Designer bags, branded hotels, moments designed to be photographed and shared. Proof that you belonged to an elite group. But something fundamental has shifted. A new generation of affluent travelers, young professionals, established entrepreneurs, those who have access to the world's best experiences are rejecting the entire concept of crowded luxury. They've realized something obvious once you think about it. If you have the money to go anywhere, why would you choose to go somewhere crowded? Quiet luxury is the inverse of everything traditional luxury marketing taught you. It's elegance that doesn't need validation, sophistication that whispers instead of shouts, access to things most people will never know existed. It's not about showing off, it's about experiencing something genuinely extraordinary in complete solitude. 1. The Swiss Hideaway, Alpine Serenity. Imagine waking in a private alpine valley where you cannot see another human being. The Swiss understand quiet luxury better than anywhere else on Earth. Their properties exist in valleys requiring helicopter access, not for drama, but for genuine isolation. Limited to 4 to 6 guests total, spread across an entire landscape. Your days are entirely yours. Some wake for private yoga on mountain terraces. Others spend mornings in wine cellars containing bottles worth more than houses. Afternoons might include private mountain guides on trails that exist nowhere on maps. Evenings conclude with Michelin-star dinners prepared by chefs who met with you weeks before arrival, learning your exact preferences. One particular property maintains a master sommelier on staff exclusively to curate wine for individual guests. Another employs a personal chef who designs dishes based on your food memories and preferences. The ultimate luxury here isn't the accommodations, though they're extraordinary. It's the silence. It's knowing that for the duration of your stay, the mountain belongs to you. 2. The Tuscan countryside, Renaissance elegance. Leave the Alps and descend into Tuscany, where quiet luxury is built on centuries of history. Imagine staying in a 16th century villa where nothing has been modernized because nothing needs to be. The frescoes on ceilings are original. The artwork on walls is from eras most people study in museums. The wine in the cellars comes from vineyards on the same property for generations. Unlike luxury hotels, many of these properties are owned by families who've lived there for 500 years. They share meals with guests. They tell stories that exist nowhere else. They introduce you to furniture makers using 16th century techniques. They open cellars containing wines never sold commercially. Mornings involve private art historians explaining the provenance of paintings hanging in your bedroom. Evenings conclude with meals prepared from estate gardens, using recipes passed through generations, served on antique dinnerware. This isn't modern luxury, it's connection to heritage. It's understanding that some things become more valuable, more beautiful, more meaningful, simply by virtue of age and authenticity. 3. The Scottish Highlands. Rugged conquest. Now picture something entirely different. Instead of Renaissance elegance, imagine yourself in the remote Scottish Highlands where luxury is defined by access to the untamed. Dramatic mountains pierce through mist. Lochs stretch for miles without a soul in sight. Stone castles wait on hillsides to tell stories to whoever is patient enough to listen. Private Highland estates limit guests to 1 or 2 visitors at a time. The experiences offered have nothing to do with spa treatments. They're about genuine remoteness. Fishing in lochs where records date back centuries. Climbing mountains where the only other person is your guide. Walking through forests where golden eagles hunt and red deer roam free. One property includes fishing rights dating to the 1500s. The same family has managed these streams for over 400 years. You're not just fishing, you're participating in history that stretches back half a millennium. Another maintains private falconry experiences. Helicopter tours access places unreachable by road. Whiskey tastings happen in cellars where Scotch aging in casks was distilled before most modern nations existed. The Scottish experience is quiet luxury for the adventurer. Not comfort as the priority, but access. Access to experiences that make you feel small in the best way possible. 4. The French Riviera. Alternative. Mediterranean without crowds. Everyone knows the Riviera, but the quiet luxury version exists just outside the famous epicenter. Same Mediterranean beauty, same crystalline waters, same year-round sunshine, but without thousands of tourists. Private villas here feature Belle Epoque architecture and refined elegance. Owned by families or ultra-exclusive services, they limit occupancy strictly. You might access a private beach club with fewer than 20 other guests, compared to thousands at public beaches. Yacht experiences mean intimate sailing vessels, sometimes crewed by just 2 people anchoring in coves accessible only by boat. Your private swimming pool doesn't require crowds. Dinners happen on terraces, suspended over the Mediterranean. Meals prepared by Michelin-trained chefs. Wine selected by personal sommeliers who understand that wine on the Riviera is as important as the sea itself. One property maintains a private helipad, a funicular to a private beach, and a wine cellar containing bottles no longer produced anywhere on Earth. This is the Riviera as it was meant to be experienced, not as a destination, as a sanctuary. 5. The Icelandic Retreat. Otherworldly solitude. Journey to the edge of the world, to Iceland, where quiet luxury takes on an almost alien quality. Waterfalls plunge into volcanic chasms. Geysers erupt from Earth. In winter, northern lights paint impossible colors across the sky. Luxury lodges embrace this landscape entirely. You're not hidden from nature, you're situated within it. Separated only by floor-to-ceiling windows and minimalist Scandinavian design, that perfects comfort without excess. The experience is solitude in awe. You might be completely alone on black sand beaches, watching waves crash volcanic rock, kayaking through fjords where the only sounds are water and your breathing, soaking in geothermal hot springs under northern lights, your body suspended between scalding water from Earth's core and the freezing sky above. Some properties operate only 4 months yearly, maintaining exclusivity by never overextending. 10 guests across an entire season, spread across an entire landscape. Dining features ingredients foraged from Icelandic wilderness, combined with game and fish caught locally. Personal guides spend entire days showing you single areas, understanding that slow exploration is worth more than checklist tourism. 6. The Portuguese coast. Hidden elegance. Travel south to Portugal, where quiet luxury exists in a state of being discovered but not yet overrun. Portugal offers genuine sophistication and beauty. Dramatic cliffs, pristine beaches, excellent food, and wine at a fraction of Swiss costs. But more importantly, it hasn't been discovered by masses yet. Private estates along the Algarve maintain access to beaches that don't exist on public maps, known only to locals and property owners. You wake and walk directly from your villa onto pristine beaches where you'll encounter nobody. Dining features seafood caught that morning, prepared that afternoon, served that evening. Wine comes from small family-owned vineyards, producing exceptional wine that doesn't need to be famous to be extraordinary. One property maintains a private cork forest. Another sits atop cliffs, where the only beach access is via private elevator carved into rock. The Portuguese coast represents quiet luxury for those understanding that the best destinations don't need to shout about themselves. Why this matters? The future of wealth. We've journeyed across Europe from alpine peaks to Mediterranean coasts, and what becomes clear is this. The definition of luxury is fundamentally shifting. The old paradigm, visible logos, crowded hotspots, experiences designed for social media, is being replaced by something more mature, more considered, more meaningful. Quiet luxury isn't about being better than others. It's about understanding that the most valuable things in life, genuine peace, authentic beauty, real privacy, cannot be purchased in bulk. They exist only in scarcity. And scarcity, by definition, means fewer people have access. The young professional climbing the corporate ladder. The established entrepreneur with resources. The inheritor of generational wealth. These people increasingly understand that having money means nothing if you have to share the experience with thousands of others. Quiet luxury is the ultimate luxury because it cannot be faked. You cannot pretend to be at an exclusive property while at a crowded resort. You cannot experience genuine solitude surrounded by tourists. You cannot have meaningful interaction with history while reading guidebooks alongside 1,000 other people doing exactly the same thing. As we face an increasingly crowded world, as social media creates pressure to experience everything everyone else is experiencing, the rebellion of quiet luxury becomes more powerful. It's rebellion toward solitude, toward authenticity, toward experiences that belong only to you. The world's most beautiful places aren't the ones everyone knows about. They're the ones that don't need to be known. They exist in a realm where word of mouth is the only marketing, where exclusivity is maintained not through secrecy, but through scarcity. Your next decision. If you understand what we've discussed here, if you feel the appeal of leaving behind crowded landmarks and seeking hidden corners of beauty that Europe still possesses, then you're ready for quiet luxury. The world's most beautiful places are waiting, and they're one decision away from being entirely yours. Subscribe to our channel for more explorations into quiet luxury. The hidden estates, the exclusive experiences, the places where true elegance still exists. Because the best journeys aren't the ones everyone else is documenting. They're the ones nobody else knows about.